Hey guys, what's up? It's Shaft. Uh, Normally I'm not one to do, vlog type content, but I felt this was pretty important to my channel, the future of how I'm going to produce content here, and how I'll be doing stuff in general. So, as you can see here, we have my old laptop. It's a Dell Inspiron 1525. Nothing special, still has the, base hardware and everything on it. Uh, this thing has served me relatively well for the past 8 years. I originally got this as a graduation gift after graduating high school. And at the time, I thought it was pretty novel, to have my own computer. I could do whatever I wanted with it. Uh, the fact that it was portable was a bonus. I like the idea of being able to take stuff on the go with me. But of course, that was at my first college. That didn't work out too well. And, having a laptop was nice, but I never really found much use of it outside of home. So I usually tend to keep it, at home and just use it there in my room. Uh, but over time on YouTube, this thing has pretty much done everything for me. Like when I first started recording with the Dazzle and I did Ape Escape 3 and so on and so forth, I did all those videos with this laptop. When I first started doing, PSP playthroughs, I did it with this laptop. When I first started doing, pretty much everything that I've done on YouTube in the past 8 years, and well, not 8 years, but in general, I've been doing it with this laptop. Like I edited and rendered all of my "This is how you don't play" montages on this laptop, and you would think, hey, not bad. You've been doing pretty well so far. But I think, everyone who knows me knows that this laptop is not really meant for some of the kind of heavy duty work that I want to do. Because, when I render and edit things in Sony Vegas, they take quite a while to render. Like, especially when I'm using, say, PS2 footage, because I have to de-interlace the footage because it's in 480i. I have to use a third-party plugin for that to fix it. And because of that, it bumps up the render time and makes it go on for even longer. Now, like I said, this thing isn't very powerful, so it could take, upwards of several hours just to render one video, depending on the length, the resolution, the frame rate, things like that. And, that always bogged me down. That's the reason why I don't do a lot of playthroughs and let's plays and such, because recording the actual gameplay and commentary and stuff, that's one thing, and that's okay. I can handle that, sure. But when you get down to the editing and rendering portion, it just kind of grinds to a halt, because once I'm done editing, which might not take too long, because I'm pretty good at editing in my opinion. I think I'm pretty good at it. But once you get down to the rendering, that's when things get a little bit annoying, because you have to deal with that long render time. And then on top of that, if I want to put a video in Handbrake to lower the file size, that's even more time wasted. And then, I'm spending, what, like 6 hours on a single video. That's like that 6 hours is purely for the rendering, not even for the editing or other work, you know? That doesn't include that other time. And it always kind of tired me out having to sit there and wait for stuff to render. I would, get something started. I would spend my whole day outside. I would go to work and leave things rendering to come back to them, you know what I mean? And that just wasn't very good. So I figured it would be a good idea at some point to upgrade from this thing, because, why would I need a laptop if I'm going to do all of my work at home? You would think I'd be better off having, a tablet or something. Because, tablets are pretty good. I kind of used to make fun of tablets because I thought they were stupid at some point. But, the more I use apps on my smartphone, the more I've come to realize, maybe a tablet would be a better, or, for me anyway, it would be a more ideal version of what I want a laptop to be, where it has the kind of functionality that would be perfect for on the go. So, in the future, I might get a proper tablet of some sort. I've kind of had my eye on a few things, and I'll get onto that later. But as for a home computer of sorts, this isn't going to cut it. I need something more powerful. I need something that can do what I need to do, but more efficiently, you know? Something with a little more oomph, something that's gonna, you know, get the job done. So with that being said, Shazam. So, a couple of days ago, I finally did my first PC build. I had a few friends on Twitter recommend me some parts, helped me with the installation and everything. Like the setup was, well, for me it was kind of brutal because I've never done anything like this before, and especially considering that these parts are pretty expensive, even though the actual build itself is only like what, $600 something, in that price range. But I had never done anything like this before. I have never made an investment like this. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't fuck it up. That being said, I didn't fuck it up because it works. So yeah, long story short, new PC. Yep, got Windows 10 installed and everything. And I've heard things about Windows 10, that it apparently has some glitches and stuff, or it doesn't do certain things. For me, the only issue I have with it is that I can't make the background white because a lot of the wallpapers that I want to use have white backgrounds, and I can't choose white to fill in that empty space. But besides that, so far so good. And like, I've I don't know why this is. I imagine people who have PCs already are used to this kind of thing, but I've never experienced anything this fast before. Like, I tested some gameplay footage in Vegas, and I edited it and rendered it. Like, I did a 28-minute test render, and it rendered that in like 8 minutes. 8 minutes? To me, that is like a godsend compared to like the 3 hours I'd have to wait normally. And then when you put it into Handbrake and re-encode it, it does that in even less time, like maybe 6 minutes. I would never get over that. And, for me, that's going to be a huge deal down the line when I do other content for this channel. So whether it's for gaming or anything else that requires, rendering and a lot of, just, it needs a lot of power, I can do that now. I can use Steam now. I'm playing games on Steam. You can add me on Steam, if you want to, because now I have the capability to play games. Of course, I still need to get a good graphics card down the line, but with what's already in here with the motherboard and stuff, I can play a few things. Like I've gotten a couple of games as gifts on Steam already. I'm trying out some stuff. I'm still getting used to the whole mouse and keyboard thing for playing games. That's gonna be it's gonna be new, gonna take some getting used to. But besides that, yeah, this is gonna be different, but in a good way. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this new rig improves my productivity, because that's only half of it. I've got more power, and that's good and all, but most importantly, I have to commit to doing stuff. With that being said, you're probably wondering why I haven't done Dark Souls 2 in a while. Well, after that last recording, I tried to do another one, and I just kind of got tired of it, honestly. And I haven't played the game in like a month or two because I just kind of got bored with it at the time. And I came back to it and I played ahead, so it wouldn't be right to, redo a playthrough when I'm already, skipping content. And so just pretend that Dark Souls 2 playthrough is more of a first impressions kind of deal. And as for Jak and Daxter, well, I do still have the recording for my second session. I might get back to it, but the reason why I'm putting that on hold is because I kind of have other Jak and Daxter related stuff in the works. But you'll see that when you see it. So, yeah, just a little update of what's going on with me. So, yeah, new computer, same old me. That's it.